Hello. So it's about February 7th, 2021, and snowing outside, which is awesome. Love the snow. And I'm currently editing a video for our January trip. Typically, with the way my work goes, January is the best time for us to take a vacation, so we try to take something just with the family. So last month we went to Florida. We kind of did something that we've wanted to do for a few years. We camped in the Everglades, and then we hit a few things that we wanted to do here and there on the way there and on the way back. Really fun trip. It was really cool to see the Everglades. A lot different than I thought it was going to be. A lot different than Nikki thought it was going to be. The kids really enjoyed it, had a great time. This is the first camping trip that we were gone more than just a few days. We took a whole week. 4 nights camping and then 2 nights staying elsewhere, plus a hotel stay 1 night. So there was a total of seven nights. 4 of those were camping. Kids did great. It was just a really fun trip. Got to saw a lot of really cool things and crossed something else off our list. So really excited to share that with you. Now I'm gonna hop into some photos and videos that we took. So first off, we have our map of our trip. We started, of course, in where we live in Tennessee. But our first stop was Jacksonville. We ended up staying the night in a hotel there. It was about a 14-hour drive from where we live to our first real stop. So we decided to split that up into 2 sections because we weren't entirely sure how the kids would do. We were both still in car seats. So we stayed a night in Jacksonville, then went down the east coast of Florida down to our first stop in the Everglades National Park. Of course, we visited the visitor center there, drove down this road. This is the main road that really is the only road in the Everglades Park, and it ends at Flamingo Campground, which is where we stayed. There's a picture of us at the entrance of the park there. I can't believe we got a real good family photo with the kids there. This is the visitor center. Really cool visitor center. They had this mosaic of southern Florida on the floor that was really cool. It showed the different kinds of terrain there. And we finally arrived at our campsite about Monday around lunchtime, I think. And everybody was very happy to get out of the car, to not be in the car anymore. But we saw some really cool wildlife. This is a little marina there next to the campsite, pretty close. Flamingo Marina, I think it was called. Willow loved her binoculars. She thought they were a camera. So the first day we were there, we just kind of did a few little things that were close by the campground. There was this cool little pond right next to it that had some cool information. We also went kayaking in the bay, which was right next to the campground as well. The Flamingo is right at the very southern tip of Florida, so the ocean is right there. So the next morning we went out and did some adventuring. This is what they call the hardwood hammocks. So there's a lot of different kinds of terrain in the Everglades, and this is kind of more like a rainforest type terrain. Of course, it doesn't rain any more than it does around the rest of the park, but it's kind of where these tall trees have grown up, and there's lots of shrubbery. And then right next to it is this prairie land of water. We were very surprised with how clear the water was. It was actually flooding. We went in the wintertime, which is typically the dry season, but because of all the flooding, the water was up to where it was typically in the wet season during the summer. So there's pretty much water everywhere except on the roads, and even then some of the roads were closed. See, these are some other terrain, the pine forests. And these trees are actually alive, but they are a type of evergreen that loses their leaves during the winter time. So the weather down there was really nice. It was in the 70s the whole time we were down there. But that's wintertime weather for southern Florida. But back home they were getting snow and ice storms, so it was nice to take a break from that. Lots of birds. Honestly, the most wildlife we saw was birds. We did not see as many alligators as we thought in the Everglades that we thought we would. And the rangers said that was because of the flooding, that they were more spread out than they normally are in the winter time. So we had typically seen alligators before, but this was the first crocodile that we saw in the marina there. Our view from the campsite. It only rained on us about one time. So this was the nastiest water we saw. We were about to go on this hiking trail that went beyond that gate. And then about a quarter mile down, there was a venomous snake next to the trail. And so Nikki said, no way. There was lots of air plants. That was Nikki's probably favorite thing, was all the air plants. So after we went to, we finished at the Everglades, we went to Big Cypress Natural Preserve, so that's what this is, which is right next to the Everglades. The terrain is a little bit different, so there's a lot more of these kind of swampy areas with big trees and more standing water. Lots of boardwalks though everywhere. So that was our end of the camping, and then we went to Cape Coral, Florida, which is near Fort Myers. And because we wanted to visit Sanibel Island is, I think, one of the top 3 places in the world to find seashells. So Nikki really, really likes looking for seashells, so we stopped there. Yes, that is all seashells. That is just, the beach is covered in them. As far as the eye can see is seashells, though we didn't really get to find too many large ones, but Nikki did find a few that she was very happy with. And then so we stayed there for 2 nights, and then it was back home, but on the way home for lunch we stopped at a natural spring near Gainesville, Florida. And it was very cold, it's about 50 degrees, but the water was warm, and was able to take a cool little snorkeling trip, and got this cool video of just this crystal clear water with this spring coming out of the middle of this this hole coming out of the spring area, and it was just really beautiful. That was the whole reason I brought all my snorkeling stuff, was just for this one little stop that we were gonna make, but it was totally worth it. So all in all, it was a really great trip. Really glad we were able to do it. It was just a blessing to spend the time with the family and get to enjoy God's creation, which is our favorite thing to do. So I'll leave you with this video. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna be working on our 2020 year in review video. Just kind of catch everybody up on some stuff that's been going on with us. And yeah, so we will see everybody later. Thanks for watching.